Cheers to America. Love you. Let's all take a deep breath for a second. I'm so overwhelmed. I know that you're overwhelmed too. I know that you feel like you want to fucking jump out of your skin and just get a bat and just start fucking knocking people off. Like, I know you feel that way. I know your heart is broken because you've just had to endure a reality check that you may have never had to endure on that level before. For those of us who are really, really traumatized by this stuff, sometimes we need to reflect for a second and realize that our empathy for those children, to some degree, is sometimes our empathy that we should be exhibiting to ourselves. We need to exhibit empathy toward both. And there is no question that we are all on a fucking mission here. We are not stopping until every last pedophile is put in jail. We also need to look within, though. We need to look within, and as we witch hunt celebrities and politicians and anyone else involved, we also need to remember that molestations, rape, incest, that's all happening in a lot of people's homes too. And I have a feeling, and this is just what my intuition is telling me, I have a feeling that the reason a lot of us are so triggered by this and mortified by it is because maybe some of us have experienced a little bit of sexual abuse ourselves, okay? So let's just be fucking honest about that. Now, that's not to say that means we should fight any less. No, it means that we're the ones who are gonna fight more. But let's remember something. Germany did research that if you sexually abuse children, that they get superhuman powers. It's a long story. That's a long stretch from A to Z, but it's true. Some of us in this fight right now who are showing up at the 11th hour, we are those superhuman experiments. And I see it now, because even one of the side effects of it, they said, was that you have like really, really great sight. And, you know, constantly having PTSD, constantly having complex PTSD, you become superhuman. You become a soldier in your own way. And it's amazing. We have to rechannel that. We have to really, really rechannel that. We can use our good and become so overzealous, and we can use our good and give just the right amount that the world needs. So let's all be self-reflective and proactive and figure out real ways, you know, search real leads, okay? Bring people to justice as needed, but don't forget, now is the time to start getting these fucking Democrats voted out of your city. Now is the time to start recalling your governors. Now is the time to start opening investigations into your mayors. Now is the time to start getting the word out and understanding that there is an overreaching problem. And it starts and it comes on every level. Not all of us can go to Uganda. Not all of us can go to Thailand. Not all of us can go to the places where this is happening the most, where the sex tourism is happening the most. Not all of us are ready for that. Not all of us have the means to do that. But you know what we can do? We can get these fucking democratic Satanists, and even if they're not touching kids, they know who's touching kids, and they give their friends passes. We can get rid of them. We can fight that way. We can fight in the street if we have to, which is what Black Lives Matter and Antifa needs to know. Not all of us are playing games here. Not all of us are going to ask questions. If it comes to that point, it's not good. It's not good for them, okay? Because it'll be an easy sweep. It'll just be so easy, okay? But anyway, send in the scoops. This video is actually from my friend. And I watched his live tonight, and it was so moving. It was so moving, and it got me thinking about shame. And I literally have it on my list of things that I want to talk about. Like, I literally have like a list of shows that I want to write. And I wrote this like a week ago, and I want to do an episode about shame. And I want to do an episode about how the left uses shame to control us. Just like every narcissist in our lives. They use shame to control us, whether it's being ashamed of being great at something or being ashamed of being terrible at something, your height, your weight, your religion, the way you walk, the way you eat, the way you move through life. Some of us have had parents or brothers or sisters or relatives or bullies at school or teachers that beat the spirit out of us. And having the spirit beaten out of us is what causes us, like people like you and me, my friend, to spend 2 decades fucking up. You were very open, and it kind of hurt me. Like, oh, it hurt me, but I felt it because I am you. You are me. Okay. You could have, like you said, like, it really moved me to hear you say, if you'd have known 12 years ago that this was your calling, you would have done it. And you would have had 500,000 followers by now. And you would have had your own foundation. And you would have had your own nonprofit getting out there in the streets and taking those trips to Thailand, taking those trips to Uganda, and really rescuing these kids. And then making sure they're not being handed off to these American nonprofits that turn their information over to kidnappers and pedophiles. Okay? Which is still up for debate as far as Wayfair is concerned, because like I said, I did the research on their social justice. The same way. When you said that, I felt the same way. I remember the first time I went to Guatemala, it was 2009. And when I came back, I knew, I said, this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be in the world. I'm supposed to be in every country, rescuing kids, teaching English, teaching skills, teaching reading, providing, even in Vegas, even when I was in Vegas 4 years ago, I had an opportunity to figure out how I can get involved in helping with the strippers. Okay, because the strippers need a lot of help. People, we laugh at them, we make fun of them, but most of them women have been molested. That's the core issue. And people like you and me, we never dealt with our core issues. You know what I wanted to do? Instead of staying in Guatemala, if I'd have stayed in Guatemala, I probably would have had a whole slew of organizations to help with this human trafficking problem and with the domestic violence problems, with the gang problems. People like you and me could have taken countries like that by storm. If we all really were following our true calling, we could have. But you know what I wanted to do instead? I wanted to be an artist. I was a graphic designer, like I was going to art shows, and like I was going to parties on Spring Street, and then like I lived on Spring Street. I was going to LACMA. I was going to private parties. I was going to celebrities' houses. Okay. I was being a hot girl. I was trying to be a hot girl while being a fucking single mom at the same time. Okay. All these years wasted being stressed out over money, angry, working too hard, not valuing myself, not asking for the money that I deserved in whatever profession I was in at the time, because I'm damn good at everything I do. I could have made a lot more money in my career, but that's what happens when you have shame in your brain. Shame on the brain. That's what happens. You lose your true potential. And that is what the fucking Democrats love. It's a double mind fuck. It's a double mind fuck. They mind fuck us twice. They mind fuck us by telling us we're special because of all these little attributes that we have. And then they mind fuck us by telling us we're different and incapable because of the same attributes that we have. So it's like Black power, Black is beautiful, Black girl magic, but then, we just can't, massa just won't let us. We just can't get past the gates. You know how massa is. It's allowed the Black race to be both victim and predator at the same time. And it has allowed the gays to be both victim and predator at the same time. It has allowed illegal immigrants to be both victim and predator at the same time. But listen, here's to you, man. Look, the great thing about us superheroes right now, and I'm not implying that you were molested. I don't know. I don't want to know. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm just saying you are a superhero. I saw your body. I was like, okay, yes. Okay. What? Lord have mercy. You're meant for right now. Just like I was meant for right now. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, out the window. Because you know what? Let's be realistic. Okay. We might have think that if we had done things differently, we would have our dream lives. You would have your dream woman. I would have my dream family. I would have my dream organization. You would be fighting crime all over the world. Okay, but listen, half the people I know who did the right thing and got married in their early 20s, they're divorced on their second or third time by now. Okay, it's we might have been the ones that dodged a bullet, honestly. So just think about that. No shame, no shame. You are meant for right now. You are meant for right here. We all are meant for right now and right here. There is a reason that my eyeballs can catch things that other people can't catch. There's a reason your ears can catch things other people can't catch. There's a reason I can story tell the way that I do and hit on all cylinders the way that I do. There is a benefit to me being OCD. There is a benefit to me being obsessed with symbology and mythology and stories and folklore. There is a reason I was a cam girl. There's a reason I slept with all the idiots that I slept with. There's a reason I never got married. It was to make me be able to fight better than the regular old, 9-to-5 accountant can fight. Some people are warriors and some people are clerics. And we're warriors, and that's okay, because we do have the clerics by our sides praying for us and protecting us. Okay, no shame. Keep it moving. There's a reason you are the way you are. There's a reason I am the way I am. And now that we know what's wrong with us, we can heal from it and make better life choices. But we're in this now, and we're in this because you don't put your best hitters in the third inning, right? Cheers.